The state of Arkansas spends more each year paying for the care and housing of inmates than it does for students that are in the public school system. According to the website of Arkansas Departments of Corrections statistical information updated in 2008, the average cost per day for each inmate is just over $57, and the costs for inmates on death row are substantially higher. The average length sentence of inmates in Arkansas prisons is 18 years, 5 months, and 19 days. The approximate cost per sentenced inmate for their full term would be $400,000. Understanding Arkansas's Education Funding Formula, Policy Brief, Volume 3, Issue 6, October 2006, states that Arkansas only spends an average of $8,902 a year per student, as opposed to the $20,854 spent a year on those in prison. That is the difference of almost $12,000. If inmates were required to grow all of their own crops and raise all of their own livestock, not only would this significantly decrease the amount of money that taxpayers spend each year on inmates, but it would also give the inmates something to spend their time on. I believe that if inmates had productive tasks to occupy their time with, that crimes in prison would decrease. 7 of the state's Departments of Corrections already own land that is being used for these purposes. The total acreage owned by the state is 30,300 acres. There are many ways that prisons can cut costs. An article on CNN.com written by Jim Hill on July 27th of 1999 discusses a prison in Arizona known as Tent City that was opened in 1993 by Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Arpaio cut the prison's costs by $150,000 simply by cutting out coffee. He cut an additional $500,000 from the budget by switching to bologna sandwiches. In Tent City, inmates have to pay for their meals, which cost only 90 cents a day. Most of the inmates are very opposed to the way Sheriff Arpaio runs the prison. They feel as though they are treated badly, and they deserve the many amenities that have been taken from them, such as TV, air conditioning, magazines, and cigarettes. Some outside of the prison feel that the prisoners have been stripped of many of their rights. However, I do not feel sympathy for these people, considering that they violated the rights of others and are now paying for it. They don't deserve the amenities that they were privileged to on the outside. Prison is not meant to be fun. It is not meant to be a place looked upon with fond memories. Prisons are designed to be uncomfortable places so the criminals will hopefully not want to return. Predominantly self-sustaining prisons should be the goal of every state in the nation. These prisons would save millions of dollars a year. Knowing that they would have to pay their own way would motivate the inmates to do their jobs well. Not only would the skills learned benefit these individuals in prison, they would also leave with the knowledge they did not have before and would hopefully put that to good use once they were released. If people knew that prison wouldn't be a free ride, and if they were sentenced they would still have to work, only for little to no pay, it would make people think twice before deciding to break the law.